While hunting in the wilderness, a man discovered a monster. John, a hunter, immediately realized the danger, so they ran to the observation deck and told their son not to make a sound. Just then, they heard footsteps outside. John was very nervous and immediately aimed his gun outside, waiting anxiously for the monster to appear. But the monster left. John stood up and carefully observed the surroundings. Unbeknownst to him, there were several scratches on the door. The man aimed at a deer and found its internal organs had been torn open. Just then, John noticed a dark shadow flash by. However, John did not hit the monster, and it vanished into the forest. Mike asked his father what kind of monster it was. His father replied it was just a black bear. Many years later, Mike had grown into an adult. Out of curiosity about what happened when he was a child, he took his neighbor's wife and children to that forest. While driving, the monster suddenly appeared in front of them. They couldn't dodge it in time, and the car got stuck on a big tree. The neighbor wanted to leave, but when he opened the door, he fell on the ground. However, while they were trying to rescue themselves, Mike saw the monster his father had mentioned in the mirror, so he quickly closed the car door. But suddenly, the monster shattered the glass and scratched Mike. Then the monster dragged away the neighbor and left the area, so Mike rescued his family. Then, relying on his memories, Mike found the house from his childhood. But suddenly, the monster's voice echoed through the air. They could only run quickly. Just as they were about to be caught by the monster, they successfully entered the house. So Mike carefully inspected every corner of the house and eventually reached the basement. He found the circuit breaker for the house. After turning on the power, the entire house lit up. He moved a cabinet to block the door. In the basement, he found his father's radio. Mike tried to call for help, but there was no signal. Then Mike went to a room his father had sealed off. Inside were many years' worth of cured meat. The hungry Mike tasted some. Strangely, a tooth came out of his mouth. While reinforcing the defenses, Mike noticed his arm trembling uncontrollably. Then Mike could hear his wife and daughter's breathing. After calming down, Mike heard heavy footsteps. Just as Mike tried to listen more clearly, a hand suddenly reached through the door and grabbed Mike. The movie is called The Werewolf. Thank you for watching.